Alright, here we go on Thursday. Now, I didn't have a video out on Tuesday like I tweeted. I was busy on Tuesday, so sorry about no video. Speaking of Twitter, if you're not already following my Twitter page, it is at Luke Talks Sports on Twitter. I'll link it in the description below. Also, speaking of social media, if you guys could share this video and any of my other videos that you like on social media, because I'm at 15 subscribers right now. Now, my goal for the end of the year, which is in 17 days, in the next 17 days, my goal is to gain at least 10 subscribers and get up to 25. Many of you probably don't know this, but the reason I'm doing this YouTube channel is because I enjoy sports. I really enjoy sports. I like talking about sports, and this could be a kickstart to my potential career in life. So I'm trying to get as many people to see my videos and give me feedback as possible. So if you could share this video on any social media you have, or just retweet my tweets on Twitter to get people's attention and come and watch my videos, I'd really appreciate that. But like I said, if you're not already following my Twitter page at Luke Talks Sports, please follow that, because then you can communicate directly to me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You'll be able to put your input in on what you want to see and what you want me to talk about. But the topics today are the NFL, the NBA, and the Ball brothers and LeVar Ball and his antics. NFL. Last Monday, the Dolphins defeated the Patriots pretty easily. Score was close, but it was pretty easy victory for the Dolphins. The big question on Tuesday morning was, is Tom Brady's era over? It's a big fat no. It's not over. He had a bad game. I mean, everybody has their bad games, and Brady's just happened to be at the Dolphins. It's not like it's going to affect their chances for the playoffs. They're still going to be competing for the 2 seed probably. I think Pittsburgh's going to lock up the 1 seed here soon. 2 seed with Jacksonville is who they're going to be fighting for. I mean, this week and this weekend, we got some good games. We got Kansas City playing the Chargers. Kansas City, they're in a must-win situation to keep their playoff hopes pretty much alive, because if they lose, the Chargers are going to take a hold of the division. Now, this is probably a very unpopular opinion, but I believe the Kansas City Chiefs are going to come out and they're going to smoke the Chargers. Not going to be close. The Chargers have had their run where they're winning games and they look like they're good, and Phillip Rivers has done phenomenal. Keenan Allen and their running back, and their running game has been really good. But trust me here, the Chargers season ends here. They're going to play Kansas City, they're going to get whomped, and they're going to be done. They're out of the playoffs after this loss. They're just going to tank the rest of the season. Not purposely tank, but they're just going to tank the season out after this hard loss, and they're not making the playoffs like everybody's predicting them to win the division now and beat Kansas City. Trust me, they're not. They're losing. Pats at Steelers, which is what I was going to get to earlier, but I figured I'd hold off. Pittsburgh, not the favorite. They're home. They have Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Martavis Bryant, Juju Smith-Schuster. They're not the favorite. They're underdogs by a field goal. But I'll tell you this. Earlier in the year, I was talking with a couple of my buddies, and I said, before the season started, before anybody started playing, I said, give me Pittsburgh -6 at home. I'm standing by that. Pittsburgh -6. I think that's a fair line. I strongly believe that will happen. The only thing I do think could get in my way would be Chris Boswell and the red zone offense of the Steelers. Red zone offense of the Steelers. Boswell will be kicking a lot of field goals, and it may even come down to a last-second field goal, which would mean I don't win my -6 for Pittsburgh. But the red zone offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers is terrible. They're not able to finish in the red zone, and hence why Chris Boswell is called upon so much. Like I said, game probably going to be close, maybe a late field goal. Overall, Pittsburgh wins the game, locks up the 1 seed in the AFC. Then, like I said earlier, New England fights with Jacksonville for the 2 seed. Most likely New England, unless Jacksonville can win out and win a tiebreaker. The NBA. Said we'd talk about this, and here we are talking about the NBA. The Cavs are back. Now, everybody when they were 5-7 was freaking out. You gotta stay calm. It's 12 games. There's 82. They had 70 left. They've won 19. Or of their last 16 games, they've won 15 of their last 16 games. 15 of their last 16. LeBron. I don't know if you watched this game. A few nights ago, LeBron James put up 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 17 assists. Now, that seems like that's a great night, 25 points. 17 assists is insane. What's even crazier is his 25 points, he did it on 13 shots. 85% shooting. Never been done before. Nobody's ever had 25 points, 17 assists, 7 rebounds on 85% shooting, which is why LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, for the reason that he can score, he can move the ball around, and he can get the ball back to his offense. If you want to hear more reasons why LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, head over to my Jordan versus James video a couple weeks ago. Celtics stay hot. They're 24-6. Houston running the West right now. They have 4 losses while Golden State stands at 6. However, they're not running away with it just yet. It will most likely be them two in the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors and the Rockets. Along with in the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics versus Cavaliers. Both series, I think you guys know who's going to win. I think you know the Cavs are going to win. I think you know the Warriors are going to win. However, I think the Western Conference Finals this year will be more of a challenge for the Warriors. I think the Rockets will match up nicely against them, probably take them to 6 games. And same thing in the Eastern Conference Finals, 6 games apiece in each series with the Cavs and Warriors Part 4. Paul George goes back and plays in Indiana last night for the first time since going to Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City continues to tumble. They won last night, but their team is tumbling. I think they're below 500, which isn't good when you're supposed to have 3 superstars, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. Now, there are talks that Paul George will leave at the end of this year, or maybe even get traded throughout the year. My advice to Paul George is get out of the West. Why anybody wants to go to the West is, I can't even comprehend why people want to go to the West. Because when you go to the West, you're playing the Warriors. Now, I guess if you stay in the East, you play LeBron, but I like my chances against LeBron with a one-man show. This year he's got a few extra guys, but LeBron pretty much with a one-man show against the Warriors with 4 superstars on it. Like, for example, Jimmy Butler went from the Bulls to the Timberwolves, East to West. Timberwolves, no shot of making the NBA Finals with the Warriors in their way. Now, I don't know if the Bulls would have had a chance, but they would have put up more of a fight. PG-13 and Melo both go East to West Coast. Again, the Knicks, maybe, not sure. Pacers, definitely. The Pacers would have had a great shot, would have had a great shot of beating the Cavs. Like I said, East is hard getting past LeBron, but the West is just 10 times harder. If you're going to go and beat the Warriors, you got to build a super team in the East and play them in the finals. You can't be building a super team in the West because it's just not going to work. The Ball brothers. LeVar Ball back up to his usual antics, sending his kids overseas to play basketball. We know Lonzo's with the Lakers. He's having a good start to the year, unlike everybody else is making it out to be a bad year for him. He's a rookie. It's been 25 games. Give him a break. He'll get there. It's his first 25, 26 NBA games. Nobody's going to be perfect unless you're LeBron James. So he sent his 2 youngest sons, LiAngelo and LaMelo, to Lithuania to play basketball professionally. LiAngelo dropped out of UCLA after the stealing scandal in China, and LaMelo was pulled out of Chino Hills High School. Now, this is bad for both kids for the reason that they are not eligible to go back to college because they signed as a pro, and when you earn money, you lose your college eligibility. And it's not like it's life-changing money. However, the Ball family probably doesn't need it with their company, the Big Baller brand. They're making $500 a week. $500 a week. That's not a lot of money. And their contracts are only 1 year. Think about that. Think about this real quick. You leave college before you could have played a few years in college and went pro. You leave high school, not even graduated high school, not even signed to a college. or I mean, I guess he was signed to UCLA, but not even going to a college to go play professional basketball for 1 year, potentially more. Nothing is guaranteed. If they both have terrible years in Lithuania and they both get dropped, what are they going to do? Who's going to want them? Because you go overseas and you play against not as good competition as the NBA and you get cut, nobody in the NBA is going to want you. I mean, this is just awful for their potential, because if they would have stayed in Chino Hills and UCLA, LiAngelo would have got probably suspended from UCLA, but he would have transferred. Go play college basketball. Develop yourself. Then go play pro ball. Don't go straight from high school to pro ball or college 1 year to pro ball. This isn't good for their potential. To be fully honest with you, LiAngelo probably is not going to make the NBA. LaMelo, I mean, he's got a shot, but playing at Lithuania, he may look like a superstar, he may look like a bust. And if he looks anything less than average, their careers could potentially be over, because I can tell you right now, the Lakers are not going to gamble on another Ball brother if they go overseas and they do bad. But pretty much that's all I really got today. NFL, Patriots, Steelers, big game this weekend. Kansas City, Chargers, big game. Kansas City blows out the Chargers in my prediction. Steelers, Patriots game keeps it close. Steelers win that. NBA, Cavs are back. They did have that really long win streak a couple days ago. Ended to the Indiana Pacers, who I think would have a good shot against them if they had Paul George. Don't have Paul George. Oklahoma City Thunder, they got to figure it out. Their season looks like it's going to be a bust this year, and they're going to get rid of PG-13. Rockets are owning the West right now, only up 2 games on the Warriors. Still in first place. Celtics keep rolling with Kyrie Irving. Even though he was injured last game, he will be back shortly. Nothing long-term like Gordon Hayward. And the Ball brothers probably make the worst decision of their life to go play pro basketball in Lithuania. And when they're a bust, they've got nothing to fall back on. But yeah, that wraps up today as an episode. Like I said before, if you're not already following my Twitter page, at Luke Talks Sports on Twitter, I will tweet this video. If you could retweet it, share it, DM it to a friend. Just get anybody and everybody you can to watch these videos to be much appreciated. I'm trying to grow. And like I said earlier, my goal is in the next 17 days to gain 10 subscribers. Get to 25 before the new year. And I will be it'll be greatly appreciated if you can do that for me. Any questions, comments, leave them in leave them in the comments below. DM me on Twitter or contact me any way you know how. This is the last video this week because I didn't get one out Tuesday, so the only one video this week, sadly. We'll be back Tuesday. If there's any changes, put it on my Twitter page. You'll figure it out that way. Leave topics you want to hear in the comments or tweet me, and we will see you Tuesday.